Security is a collective responsibility. That is why it is said that we should remain on the alert at all times. Good morning and welcome to Saturday Show Live, reaching you from the African Television Network, NTA. And I am Faith Herrero, your anchor. Today, we will be strailing on an issue so important even to you, to me, and to the society at large. Saturday Show is a full-course meal, so let's start with our newspaper review. And today, to do the review with me in the house is, in fact, it's an amazing thing. I have an elder statesman with me to do the newspaper review. Oh, that's so wonderful. He is no other person than Elder Ima Ogidi. Sir, it's good having you on set this morning.
Wow, it's good to be here too.
You're welcome, sir.
Good day, yes. Yeah.
Like they say, charity begins at home. So we're starting with the Pointer newspaper with this broad headline saying 18 years varsity admission benchmark still relevant. Is 18 years varsity admission benchmark still relevant? Is a question. So
Yeah.
what answer would you have to?
Well, you see, yes, I think it's relevant, but some parents will not share that view with me. But I also want to remember how I grew up.
Okay.
I was a teacher. Where some students were very bright to give them double promotion. But most of those students didn't do well after graduation.
Why?
Because they were not well grounded.
Yeah.
You see, primary school syllabus, primary 1 to 6,
Yeah.
you don't have that again. Some before 86, they've left. Some of them got caught. You remember at the state recently when they were doing certificate verification. They said, go and bring your primary school certificate, because that's what you use in the people's age.
Yes.
But of them didn't have. When we were in school in those days, primary 1 to 6, secondary school, class 1 to 5. We used to have testimonial. I saw a testimonial recently. There was nothing testimonial. In those days, with testimonial, you can go to work. The testimonial will describe who you are,
Oh.
pending your result. But what do we see today? No, just said, I don't know, I read it, I was sure. I said, you didn't call the testimonial? Private school has invaded every place. We have destroyed education. You see, as a teacher, I was lucky. I taught from primary 2 to 6. 2, 3, 4 are the most dangerous thing. Never you do anything bad when you see those children.
Never you do anything bad
Right.
when you see the children. Huh?
They will replay it when you're not there. Because they're innocent, they're raw, you cannot manipulate them.
Yes.
Let me ask you today, now that you have grown up, you remember those your aunties and uncles who were good to you? Not so?
Yes.
That's what it is. So, but we need to have a grounded family. Why are we discussing it here today? Because the parenthood has changed, it's destroyed. Husband is looking for money, wife is looking for money. The children have no foundation.
So
You're looking for house help, the house help that you have, with a very bad background, you leave your children for.
So because of this money thing, the father is somewhere looking for money, the mother too is hustling for money.
Know what they do?
Then the children, at a tender age, they push them to school.
Then when they are failing, the parents are using money to be pushing them.
So, sir, do you stand for the 18 years varsity admission benchmark?
Well, if you ask me, I would have said increase it, but what do we do? 18 years, okay. Because I finished secondary school at, 17.
Okay.
No, 16. I became a teacher at 17. I finished at the year 16. You know, in those days when you start primary school, you put your hand like this.
Yes, across.
But if you were short, your hand does not get there, you have a problem. So because I was told I had an advantage. But hindsight, those were good old days that we should replicate today. Because many of us became matured. Today people are not matured.
Thank you so much, sir. So moving ahead is the Saturday Vanguard. And on the Saturday Vanguard, there is a headline that says, Food Crisis, How Urban Farming Can Help.
Yes, that's the new
How?
out.
How?
Not bad because there's some small technology today. You have people using sacks to plant this, plant that. Because you can go to the bush again.
Yes.
I am a farmer now. I have a farm. Even though my farm is nearly close to my village, the herdsmen still disturb us. So you have to resort to farm. At the back, if you remember Obasanjo during that his time, OFN, Operation Feed the Nation,
Yes.
you were encouraged to plant bitter leaf by your compound.
Mm-hmm.
You were encouraged to plant yam. But having said that, how many of us have backyard?
That's what I wanted to ask.
So now I was going to state it first.
Because
it is
most of the houses these days, they are tarred.
No, why would, that's what I'm trying
They
to
are
say.
flawed.
How many houses can you do? That's why, you can plant your yam in a sack. Yes, it will grow.
All right.
It's a form of technology today. Yeah, but do you have that space? So that's not going to come down. You don't have your own premises, yes. But if you are living in face me and face you, it's difficult.
Even flat, there are some people that will want to kick against it, that those things are...
That's what I'm saying. That's why I use the word face me and face you. Because you are all living in a compound. How do you want to do it? There will be a problem. So, but if you have it, it's the only solution now. Because going to farm today is a serious business. You don't necessarily to carry gun to the farm. Because those herdsmen, they are armed. They pretend, in fact, they are not the kidnappers. In those days, we know Fulani living in our bushes. They come to town, buy things, go. They were very humble, but today, it's a different ball game. The world is changing fast. And I remember when I was in government, I was special advisor on the peace building and this conflict resolution to the governor. We had meetings with these various groups. We went to see an old woman, somebody was raped and beaten. You expect that members of having to go to farm again? So we're in trouble.
So we just encourage those that have the space to do the needful.
Only last Sunday, I discovered that a bag of our local rice is 85,000 naira. I was shocked. When my boy told me to, I said, but if I don't go, I'll go and buy it myself. When I went to buy it myself, I was shocked. So you can see that we're in trouble.
It is well with us. Also, there's another headline saying 2027, why Jonathan can't run. Why can't he run?
Well, can you advise them we should not try it? Yes, he didn't complete his tenure, but I know him, he will not run. Even if he wants to run, I will advise him not to. What will he come to do again? The country today, so that God will help us. So let us be spiritual, let us pray. They want to bring the law. He didn't finish his tenure, he didn't do this, did this. So we are trying to mislead him, and I know he's a very intelligent man. He will not run.
But the way the newspaper headline states it, why Jonathan can't run?
I told you that a lot of this, the pro and cons, this completely. So you can't run really. The time he should have completed that tenure, when I get that given wages, has passed.
So the last newspaper, that's the Guardian. And we have another broad headline saying, why ASU must not go on strike again. This is on page 4 of the Guardian newspaper.
Must not go on strike again. Why have they been going on strike?
Because of their...
Yes, they're not settled.
Yeah.
But you see, this strike is becoming too much. It's all because of the sensitive nature of government. Government should be very sensitive to the plight of workers. The Bible says a laborer is worthy of his hire. If you employ any person, pay the person. Even if you don't have enough money, have sweet mouth. This one the government doesn't have. They have the money to do relevant things, but they don't have money to pay. Look at the kind of students we are having today. You're not forcing lecturers to start selling their notes. Teachers in those days were very proud. We went to school now. One of my lecturers, my former lecturer today, is a visiting professor in this university in Agbaroto, at the Hebrew University. He taught me law. When I got to the class the first day, somebody looked at me. I was in those days we were lucky. You could go to work and go to school. I attended the UST. Very proud man. I didn't have to say, come my friend, I want to use your car. He commanded me. Can any lecturer command any student today? No. They don't have what it takes. So because they are not being paid properly, we should pay them. I went to school, I enjoyed school. Today people are not enjoying school. My school in those days in Port Harcourt, every Sunday people come to visit us, we give them food. Today where is that? I don't want them to go on strike, don't get me wrong.
I don't want them to
But
go
that's why I'm saying that government should keep their own side of it. I don't want them to go. In good conscience, I don't want them to go. But a laborer will never hire. Whatever commitments you have made, don't breach it. See, if government doesn't have money, but what kind of expenditure they are making, you cannot tell me that they don't have money.
Must not go on strike again. Please.
NSC must also not go on strike again too.
Please, strike. I think it's the time we should call it, we should slow down on that. Because it's not helping our country, it's not helping the economy, it's not helping the students. So many students that would have graduated long ago, they are still either at home serving or doing one other thing. And these are the leaders of tomorrow. So please, you shouldn't go on strike again. So at this point, this is where we end the newspaper review this morning. Sir, thank you so much for having you on this section of the newspaper review.
Thank you.
Quickly, we'll be going on a brief break this time to take our backgrounder that will intro us into our discussion segment of the day. I just hope that you just sit back, relax, because what we're about unveiling onto you, it's what concerns you and concerns me. It's what concerns us in this country. So please stay back. Don't touch the dial. We'll be right back. Around the world, insecurity and social unrest lead to chaos and crime, which slows down growth and development in a society. Nigeria, including Delta State, is facing security issues with incidents of violence, kidnapping, and armed robbery. And this is taking a toll on the local economy. This constant fear affects everyday life.
Insecurity is one of the things that will make community not to grow.
In Africa, the major problem is insecurity when it comes to investments. People want their investment to be secure before they actually venture into investment. So it has dropped down the level of direct investment, internal investment that Nigeria is investing in various productive ventures, and it's also affecting the crops. Imagine the crops, the cost of feed, because you can't access your farms. So insecurity is something that is running the country down, and the government needs to do something very fast about it.
The investors that are supposed to come and invest in the community, they will be scared because of insecurity and robbery.
Dealing with insecurity in any country or state is not easy, as security agencies are also faced with several challenges. To improve the security situation, several steps are needed to create a safer environment.
If every local government has their security, I don't think that we'll be having issue in security. Let the government of the state see how they can work with the community policing, and see how the state will move forward concerning this insecurity.
No nation can develop without a conducive environment. So in that way, the economic growth may drastically reduce.
Delta State's economy and way of life are both impacted by insecurity. Thus, the government, citizens, and law enforcement agencies must work together.
If community used to be empowered, you can see that all these some of the small robberies and all those things will stop due to their leader for tomorrow. They should make sure that the youth are being empowered so that the state will move forward.
The government should create enough job for the youth. I think it will engage some youth from not having in mind to steal what they did not have. If there is 24 hours light, I think it will keep people indoor. As in, sometimes, what inspires us is what we see outside. You see your neighbor doing this, you see your neighbor doing that, and you want to have what they had. If there is enough job and there is steady light, and there are investors to invest in those youths, I don't think that there will be more insecurity. And if our security men should to have a mutual friendship with the youths in the community, I think everybody will be security conscious.
Security is everybody's business. Report any suspicious movement or character to security agencies because it could be a security threat. Stay on the alert at all times.
Welcome back. It's good to know that you're still there. Well, if you're just joining us, you've not missed anything. You could follow us on our social media handle, NTA Asaba Live, on Facebook and YouTube, to get what you missed. You saw our lead, what the people talked about. So the topic, what we are looking at today, is that which concerns you and me, and that is the spate of insecurity. And to do that, in the studio with me, I have in the house the Deputy Commander Operations, Delta State, Nigerian Hunters and Forest. He is Mr. Peter Obunebe. Sir, it's good having you in the studio this morning.
Thank you, presenter. Thank you.
And also to my right, I have Ejiro Festus Ada. He is the ACC NSCDC Delta State Command.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Good having you.
Thank you.
And I also want to seize this opportunity to thank you, your unit, the NSCDC, for releasing 2 of your men to us during the time of the last protest. We had them on ground here, and they did well for us. Thank you so much.
Well, it is our duty to ensure that critical national assets are being protected, lives and property of citizens as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. This is from the management and staff of NTA Asaba. We really appreciate your presence there.
Thank you. Thank you.
That is part of insecurity. I want to start with you, that's Mr. Ejiro Festus Ada, to know, can you tell us the difference between security and insecurity? What is it?
Thank you, viewers. When we talk of security, by just a literal definition, security is where lives and property are in good condition. That is, there is no chaos, there is no acrimony, there is nothing like crisis. There is peace within the society, there is peace within the environment. We talk of there is security. When we talk of insecurity, insecurity means that when things are not going well, lives and property are under the threat of criminals and criminalities, where people go about committing crimes, taking law into their hands, committing all sorts of society vices. Then we now talk of insecurity. And I want to let you know that in Delta State, we thank God that all the heads of the security agencies are working in synergy to ensure that there is security in Delta State. That is why in Delta State today, you can go to sleep and close your eyes and sleep comfortably. And you are rest assured that your property, your lives are protected. Unlike our neighboring states that we have, that you cannot go there. Even walking on the street is a problem. So thank you very much. I will thank His Excellency. He is the one that have been able to put things together to ensure that the security agents carry out their mandate.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that clearance that you have given unto us on security and insecurity. Sir, coming to you, you heard his analysis of security and insecurity. Do you agree to his analysis?
Yeah. My senior brother there is very, very correct. Very, very correct.
So
the analysis is very, very correct.
So what would you add to it? Do you have anything to add to that?
Yes, the little I want to add is, actually, like you just said it all. All the security agencies here in Delta State, all of them are trying, whether the police in Nigeria, I mean the civil defense, all of them, they are really trying. What I've seen, with the result I've seen, just like you said, they are really trying compared to other states, what we are seeing in other states. But for we, we are Nigeria Hunter Forest Security Service. So the forest, there are a lot of issues there. Because today, if they kidnap, they don't take it to house, it's the forest. But still, the civil defense, the Nigerian army, the Nigerian police are also trying their best, joining us to make sure they assist us in the forest, to make sure there's peace in Delta State. And I've said that Delta State government is coming here, Delta State government is really trying as well. I want to say kudos to the governor. With what I've seen, the Delta State governor is really trying in terms of security. Supporting the security agencies, money is not easy. So they are really trying their best. But we still need to do more because insecurity is in the forest.
So we thank our amiable governor for supporting all the security agencies. So, and I want to know, how has insecurity affected you as a person or someone close to you? How could you just tell us?
Yes. Like we as hunters, I'm from Delta State here.
Okay.
From Mubero. That is really not a local government.
Okay.
So it happened to some time ago, 2016. There's one of my uncle. So when I came back from, I was in Port Harcourt then. I've not moved to Asaba. So I had people crying in the compound. What happened? They said, or no government. That is what they said, or no government. But from the finding, we discovered that they are herdsmen. That he was raped, 3 of them, he was kidnapped. And all of them, they sleep with him. So because of that, he couldn't sit because it has affected the anus. So what kind of nonsense is this? I said, no, we have to go. We as hunters, we have heart and the forest belongs to us. So I mobilized the local hunters within the community, my community. There we went. So we only were able to get 2 of them. The other one ran off, but we'll get 2 of them. I will brought them to the community. So what I will say in essence, in line with your question.
Yeah.
So we have insecurity in our forests, still in our community too. So we need to do more. We need the government assistance to assist the security agencies all in Delta State to do more. If you look at it today now, what I observe, all security agencies are doing well, but we're lacking the manpower.
How?
Yes, when I say we're lacking manpower, like if you want to compare the numbers of the population of the public compared to the security, you see that the security personnel are low. They are few.
Okay.
You see it now. So the government need to do more by employing more every year to join the ones that we have in existence already, so that they can carry out their function.
Okay. So you're saying that you need more workforce.
Yes, more workforce
to combat the insecurity.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm back to you again.
Thank you very much.
So I want to know, what really are the root causes of insecurity?
Thank you very much. The root causes of insecurity, they are not far from what you and I know. First of all, if you look at Nigeria, Nigeria is one of the biggest black nations in the world.
Biggest in terms of what?
In terms of population,
okay.
We are over 200 and something million. And one of the major issues of insecurity is the issue of unemployment. A lot of our youths today are graduating from higher institutions, and most of them are being trained to look for white-collar jobs. People are not being trained to be craftsmen. People are not being trained to learn trade and enterprises. So as a result of that, you will find out that every year a lot of graduates are being released into the society, and there is no job employment. And as you know, this has led to the problem of insecurity, whereby when there is no job employment, people need to survive.
Okay.
Yes. And as a result of that, people go into crime, committing all sorts of crime. Today, if you look, we have what is called Yahoo boys. These are young boys that you see them between the age of 18 and 25, so to say, who are supposed to be gainfully employed. But because of lack of job, they are defrauding people all over the society. You see the issue of kidnapping, so many things. So to a large extent, the root causes of insecurity in the society is lack of provision of job, lack of provision of enabling environment for business to strive, and a lot more if you want to go. So I will be of the opinion that our system of education should be changed in the sense that in the course of getting this education, people should be trained on how to have one handwork or the other, so that at the end of the day, instead of being an employee, you become an employer of labor.
But that has been introduced, or or rather, it is. You see people, and even particularly in the NYSC area, when you are serving, it's open to them, for them to learn one thing or the other, maybe makeup, sewing, tying of gele and all that. But sometimes some of these students, when they come out, they still don't go by that.
Okay, thank you very much. There is a saying that says that train up a child in the way he should go, and when he grows, he will not depart from it. Yes, there is a laudable program in the NYSC, but at what period or at what stage of the life of these coppers they introduce it? They introduce it at a stage that these people are almost out of the educational system. If these things were to be introduced while they were from their kindergarten, from this thing, they will grow up to get used to it. But again, if you also look, because of these things we are not introduced to them, and because of the way the society flaunts wealth, a lot of people don't want to work. Our youths today, most of them, they just want to have it the easy way. They don't want to work with their hands. So you find out that even at the NYC camp, most of them are just keying into that program just to graduate for that 1 year. After that 1 year, they throw it aside. So I want to say that if we catch them when they are young and imbibe that character in them, you will discover that a lot of them will not even want to work for the government. For instance, take my brothers from the East. Most of them, they begin to train their younger ones right from childhood. They begin to teach them that being enterprises is a very good something. And you see, most of them today, most of the people from the East today, they are business oriented. Most of them don't even work with government. They are employers of labor. So I think that is the way we should go.
So that's the way forward from your own perspective. Yes. And with that, insecurity will be reduced.
Very much.
Thank you so very much. Thank you. Yeah. So, sir, I'm coming to you again. What are the economic implications of insecurity?
Yeah. Today now, if you look at it now, the other time, the other statement, you see what he said, that he went to go and buy a bag of rice and he was told 80,000 naira.
Yes.
All this is caused by this insecurity that we are talking about. Look at the farm. There is a place that we went to not long, Igbodo.
Okay, Igbodo,
within Delta State because of kidnapping issues. What we got there, we interviewed the village, but they were telling us, sir, we cannot even go to this side of the land, the western side. That is the area they stay. Now, we observe they planted cassavas, yam. Now, grass have taken over because kidnappers are there. There's no way they can go there. But if there is security, they will bring in this food to the cities and people will buy in a very cheap rate. So those are the problems we have. That is the implication we are having now. There is insecurity in the forest. Okay? So people are not producing. Did you see it now?
Yes.
That is the cause. And there's another thing I observed too, like secession of Commander General in Abuja. He has really tried, like part of the north. So most of the north, the hunters are really doing well there. But this is the same security too. There are some areas that you cannot go to. You see it. We still have them because of this map power that we are talking about that we lack and the government support. So if government should support security agencies very well, we will do our best and see what we can do.
Okay.
So there will be food availability in our nation if the security is well built up.
If the security is well built up, there will be food availability.
Yes.
Because they said our farms are insecure. They are insecure, so people don't go into the land or the forest or wherever to farm.
Exactly.
That's one of the reasons for
Food shortage.
food shortage in the land.
Yes.
Okay. But I want to also ask, those of you that is security agencies that knows all this thing, like you are a hunter now, you know some areas in the forest. There are some saboteurs that could be among you that even could connive with other people, since they go to those places, they will be the ones that will say, okay, let's do this and that. They will not be at the front, but they will organize, connive with people, and they do that. How do you think they can fish out those that are not the bad eggs from the security units,
Okay.
agencies?
Thank you very much. Like you said, actually we have some bad eggs.
Yes.
Yes, we have them. But like we security men, we don't tolerate that. If you are being caught, you'll be charged to court and you suffer for it. So I can say presently in the security system now, it's difficult you find some people like that, because in the course of your training you will be well lectured. This is what you should do, this is what you must not do. So if you are being found, you will be handed over to the security agency, which is the police, to be charged to court. So most of us who are there, we don't do it. We don't do it. We decide not. We don't do it. Because if you are being caught, you know the penalty you face. So security men are very cautious of it. We only have these so-called bandits, street boys, who are doing, but within the security circle, it's difficult to see that.
So, but how are you accountable? How are you accountable to your work? How do you show accountability?
Yeah, we do that. We do that. How are we doing that? Your sincerity through the training you receive. You have to perform. Your superior will say that this man is doing well, this officer is doing well, which we are doing. That is exactly what we are doing.
Thank you so much. So let me come back to you.
Thank you.
Yes, so from your own side, the NSCDC, how do you, how do you ensure that the agency are accountable and transparent? Your agency.
Thank you very much. I want to say that as a security organization, when you are being recruited, you go through a 6-month training in the academics, whereby they will inculcate this spirit of discipline in you. You must know the rudiment of the work, and the rudiment of the work is service.
Okay.
Service. And I want to say, most of the people that you see that are corrupt in the system, most of them are not officers of the corps. Most of them are impersonators.
Exactly.
As an officer of the corps, in terms of welfare, you are to a reasonable extent taken good care of. So the issue of being a bad egg is reduced drastically. I'm not saying that we do not have, but it is very minimal. You hardly hear of it because officers and men are being taken good care of. And from time to time, there are refresher courses that you must go for. And we also, the Commandant General of my corps, that is Dr. Ahmed Abubakar Audi, have set up a unit. We call it Savicom unit. Okay. In this unit, it is a unit that ensures that officers are being checkmate. In whatever you are doing, there is a unit that is monitoring your activities, and they get direct report from the public.
Okay.
Yes, because we are a grassroots organization. We ensure that we are civil in our functions and we deal with the society. So we ensure that any officer that is not behaving the way they ought to behave as a trained officer, there are response lines that you can call, and the matter will be investigated. You can even come to our Servicom office at the state headquarters and lay your complaint, and it will be investigated. And once that officer is found guilty, because he will be court-martialed, he will either be penalized or be dismissed from the court. So the issue of having officers that are kind of conniving with criminals to perpetrate crime is reduced to the barest minimum. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So what can be of to improve the security situation in Delta State? What do you think?
Okay, first of all, I want to say that in as much as the state government has done well, I still think there is room for improvement. Like our youth on the streets,
yes,
I think government should bring out a program that will take them out of the street. Somehow you find out that even though the government have program, in those programs, it is who know man no man that will be able to secure such training. But we are talking of the children of the downtrodden,
yes,
who do not know anybody, who will fight for them to key into such program so that they can acquire skill, and at the end of the day, they will have something they can do. Then, secondly, I want to say that the state government should be able to kind of make billboards, places,
okay,
let people know that hard work pays. Yes, hard work pays. Good name is better than gold. And when you are able to be hard work, the sky is your limit. Whatsoever is your heart desire, God will grant it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So I come to you again, even with same question. What do you think can help improve the security situation in Delta State from your own angle,
Okay.
as a hunter?
Yeah, as a hunter now, you know, as a hunter, we're always in the forest.
Yes.
And, you know, farmers and the hunters, they work together.
Yes.
Even most of us, we are farmers too, the hunters. Now, if the government should get into the agricultural sector, the farming sector, you see, it's going to take no less than 30% of our population in the state. They should go to farm.
Okay.
Government should make in the enable environment, providing machines through the local government chairman, whereby they bring these people. Go to farm, and that will bring about food. This food shortage that we are talking about, if government can go into this program of agriculture, it's going to create so much employment. Because if you look at so-called the white-collar job now, the refineries, oil sector, they are dropping workers every day. While the farm land is there, they are looking for people to come and work. So if government can get into this agriculture,
yes,
we'll be exporting food. That's another thing that is going to help us.
Okay.
And it will reduce insecurity drastically.
Yes.
Because
you will be there with the farmers, and like you said, you too, you are also farmer. So some of you are farmers, and people also guiding those farmers that are there.
Yeah.
To enable us to produce more food.
Yes, and create employment for so many.
That's good. That it's a good one. It's a good one. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. So I also want to ask another question. You know, when we went on that short break to take our background, there was one respondent that was saying if they can bring in community policing, that it will also help. What's your take on that?
Well, I want to say it's a very laudable idea, but I want you to know that for me, I believe that community policing have been existing. Because I want to let you know that the issue of security is not only meant for the uniform agencies. Yes, going by the population of Nigeria, we are about over 200 million. And put all the security together, the police, the army, civil defense, forest guard, and whatever. I don't think we are up to 1 million, guiding that number of this thing. So this brings to the table that everyone should be security conscious in your society, in your community. When you see something, you have to say it out. Let us be vigilant. When we are vigilant in our environment, then this issue of insecurity will be reduced. So I want to say that everyone should be security conscious. Because even if you say today you are having 5 million security officers, it will still not be enough. So the best way this policing of a team can come about is everyone being security conscious. So to me, a community policing is good. Though everyone cannot come out, we just have a few group of people representing the society. That's why they say community policing. But everybody is a community police. Because even in my environment, if I pull off this uniform, I have a security conscious person as an individual. And when we see something, we say something. You see, the society will be a free place for us. And that is community policing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
So, sir, maybe I should take this. I don't know. It might be our last question for you. Okay. Saying, how can we foster collaboration between security agencies, government, and civilians?
Yeah, it's possible. Like my senior brother just said, you see some of the analysis that he gave. If I put my uniform, I'm still also security conscious. So the so-called the civilians and the uniform men, they can collaborate. They can collaborate.
How?
Yes. Security bodies, they always have these lectures every time. Like this police, community policing that you make mention. They will go there, they lecture there. If you say something, you say something. So it's not a duty of a uniform man only to be reporting issues of security. The people of the public can also do that. Though today now we have technology like phones everywhere. You have a policeman, a civil defense man in your community. Have his number. If there's anything, get his number. You call. Oga, this is my experience. There's something, and that one will assist, to enlarge this information to see how they can combat such crime in that area. So we really need so-called the communities, people in the city, everybody to join this. It's not the duty of a uniform man only, it's for everybody. Because if you are security conscious of yourself, you'll be safe.
What of the place of the government? Because it's the three. The government, the security agency, and the masses, civilians.
Yes, the government, they have a very big role to play, which they are doing. So we continue thanking them. Because if we see to it, they are trying. Most of these vehicles we are using, it is the government who are giving us so many things. We cannot start counting. Even offices, they build for us, they support us. You see it now. So we want to beg them to continue more. The more they are helping us, we are also happy. We will have that zeal that we want to work and will support our communities more.
Thank you so very much. So, briefly, on the last question is, what are the main challenges that security agencies face in handling insecurity?
Thank you very much. First of all, before I answer that question, let me first of all thank the Delta State government for its assistance to security agencies in Delta State. I want to say that the state government have been trying in the area of provision of logistics for security agencies. But we are still asking for more, because if you discover the society itself is going digital, and today crime itself is going on a sophisticated level. So we need modern equipment, gadgets, in order to combat this insecurity. Now, the state government will not be tired of asking them to provide logistics for us, so that we'll be able to combat this crime.
So are you saying is the logistics that are the main challenges? Because what I asked was, what are the challenges that faces these agencies in handling insecurity?
Yes, like logistics is one.
Okay.
You need logistics to move people to a scene of a crime, and quick response.
Okay.
That is one. Then having modern equipment, like I said, because today we are talking of cyber crimes. If you don't have these computers and all these gadgets that can detect crimes, you will not be able to challenge crime. Then you talk of the area of suicide bombing and all these things. If you don't have all these apparatus, that anyone that is coming to this place now and those gadgets are there, it will signal you. Then we are also talking of having CCTV cameras in the cities, in the town, so whereby they can be seeing what is going on, and there will be quick response in terms of crime. Then, government should also ensure they provide jobs for the youth. It will go a long way to reduce insecurity.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Festus Ada.
Thank you.
Thank you
God
so very
bless you.
much having you with us today.
Thank
and
you.
thank you so much to Mr. Peter Obunegbe.
Yes.
Thank you for having you on our show today, Saturday Show Live.
Thank you.
You are really giving us light into this issue. So, like you heard, security business is everyone's business. It is yours, it is mine. So we should stay conscious at all times. Moving ahead from this segment, Angela is standing by for the entertainment section. We need to entertain ourselves, coming from the insecurity thing that we're discussing. Yes, we need to cool down. And so, Angela, if you are ready, we are ready. Give to us.
On Entertainment Gist today, Nigerian music icon and dancehall legend Timaya is excited to unveil his highly anticipated night studio album, Gladiator, a triumphant ode and powerful testament to his enduring musical legacy and exciting artistic journey so far. The album captures the essence of Timaya's storied career, which began with the breakout success of The Mama in 2005. It solidifies his place as one of Africa's most enduring and influential musicians. The album is a powerful narrative of Timaya's life, reflecting the battles he has fought and the victories he has claimed, all while staying true to his roots. In another gist, if you are feeling nostalgic or want to take a trip down memory lane, then get in here. The past isn't such a bad place to visit. When we look back at Nollywood in the early days, good news is there are some outstanding ones that had great rewatch value. They had us renting CDs and running to our neighbors' homes to wait for our favorite shows. Such humble beginnings. Number 1. Mortal Inheritance, produced in 1996, in a time where sickle cell was associated with spiritualism. Mortal Inheritance was a breath of fresh air, an enlightenment to the Nigerian audience, produced by Zeb Ejiro, directed by Andy Aminechi, and written by Bond Emerua. This romantic drama follows a woman dealing with sickle cell anemia. She beats the odds of dying young as a sickle cell carrier, and upon reaching adulthood, falls in love with Chike, an Igbo man. When she realizes Chike has a sickle cell trait, she ends the relationship. The plot also explores cultural resistance to inter-ethnic marriages in Nigeria. Cast: Fred Amata, Omotola Jalade Ekinde, and Kunle Pantifa. Number 2. Died Richard, produced in 1997, a story about a man who dies poor but buried in an expensive style isn't new to Nollywood. Died Richard tells the story of a man who lives in abject poverty and is abandoned by loved ones. But when he dies, he is buried in a 2.5 million naira casket by his wealthy nephew. This feel-good film is written and directed by Kenneth Neboa. Cast: Yukeri Anunobi, Tina Amozam, Moses Ajayi, John Paul Nwadike, and Tony Umes. This is where we draw the curtain. Come back next week as we give you the full tea on our entertainment gist. Bye-bye.
Welcome back. I hope you did enjoy yourself with the entertainment segment and the update. Thank you so much, Angela. And moving ahead quickly, we are going to join Odiaka Odekwe, standing by to give us sports update. And one of it is Nigerian Paralympics preparing for their outing in Paris. Odiaka, please give us the lowdown.
Nigerian flag bearer and team captain of 2024 Paralympics has been announced. It was gathered that Loretta Onye has been selected as Nigeria's flag bearer for the opening ceremony next week. Also, Folashade Olufimilayo has been named the general captain of Team Nigeria. The Nigerian para-athletes are currently in Germany, where they are training at the moment, and from there will leave for Paris to compete at the Games. The 2024 Paralympic Games will begin Wednesday, August 28 to September 8, 2024. In another report, the Super Eagles of Nigeria are gearing up for their 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifier, with plans to open camp in Uyo on September 1st. This preparation came ahead of crucial matches against Benin Republic and Rwanda. According to team officials, the backroom staff will arrive in Uyo on September 1st, with most of the invited players expected to join soon after. Nigeria, the three-time African champions, will first take on the Cheetah of Benin Republic at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium on September 7th with a 5 p.m. kickoff. Following this, the team will travel to Rwanda for the second leg qualifier, scheduled 3 days later. However, the Super Eagles are currently without a head coach following the departure of Finidi George in June. The Nigerian Football Federation has yet to appoint a new coach, leading to uncertainty as qualifiers approach. Reports indicate that Austin Iguavo, the NFF technical director, will temporarily oversee the team for these two matches. The NFF is also exploring long-term coaching options, with former Sweden coach John Jen Anderson and Herve Renard, a seasoned figure in African football, being considered for the role. Renard's extensive experience includes successful stints with Zambia, Angola, Ivory Coast, and Morocco. Nigeria, having reached the final of the last AFCON, where they narrowly lost to Cote d'Ivoire, are once again strong contenders to qualify for the tournament in Morocco.
Welcome back. Odiaka, that was so detailed of you. They're giving us that sport update. Thank you so very much. And this is the much that we can have on Saturday's show live. You know, on this show, like I told you, it's a full course meal. We give you the appetizer, the main course, and the dessert. So keep a date with me again next week. No, at the same time, same station on Saturday's show live. Remember, I remain your girl, Faith Herrero. Have a pleasant weekend and a swell week ahead. Take care of yourself. Bye.